welcome to the Q30 News Weekly Digest. I'm Mike Beck with your top headlines from around the country and the world. Large riots broke out in Poland on the country's Independence Day. In what started out as a parade celebrating the anniversary of the nation's independence turned into a violent scene. In the Polish capital Warsaw, nationalists clashed with police forces. Sources reported that tens of thousands of rioters threw rocks, cobblestones, and firecrackers at police, prompting them to respond with tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets to contain the situation. It is currently unclear if the reasons for the rioting. However, it has become a violent tradition over the past few years, and it is now known as the March of Independence. Currently, the police were able to contain the situation and have diffused the rioting. And earlier this week, President Barack Obama attended an international trip to China for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Beijing. The U.S. and China were able to reach an environmental deal with the countries, vowing to significantly reduce their carbon emissions by 2025. In addition, the Chinese president said both nations are committed to working together towards their goals before attending the United Nations Climate Conference, which is to be held in Paris next year. However, after what has been considered an otherwise successful effort in strengthening this historically complicated U.S.-Chinese relationship, it was marred by questions of President Obama's behavior. Obama was seen chewing gum during the APEC speeches, which drew much criticism and speculation about his professionalism. It's not the first time the president has received criticism for chewing gum. Earlier this year, Obama was caught chewing during the televised 70th anniversary of the D-Day invasion in France. Obama has claimed that he chews gum to help control his cigarette smoking habit. And in other news, a robotic probe has successfully landed on a comet in a historic moment for space exploration. The European Space Agency announced that on Wednesday, they were able to land a spacecraft called Philae on a comet called 67P. However, landing the probe on the comet was no easy feat for the space agency, which took years and incomprehensible distances to reach its final destination. The probe was launched in March of 2004, and after 10 years and a 6.4 billion mile journey, successfully landed on the comet's surface. In the past, spacecraft have come in contact with comets, yet this is the first time in history a landing probe has ever touched down on a comet. Currently, the comet is around 310 million miles away from Earth. The ESA hopes that the landing probe will be able to tell us more about the history of the universe. And that's all we have for you on this week of the Q30 News Weekly Digest. Be sure to follow us at Q30 News and on Twitter and Facebook for the most recent happenings in and around campus. We'll see you next week.